Hi everyone. Discussion post number 2. So I guess I'll just get right into it. So for me, after I was looking at the divisions, regions, and branches sections, I kind of realized that all the states that I've been thinking about moving to or considering, because I don't really want to stay in Ohio necessarily, and I'm totally fine with getting licensed in another state because I've been thinking about it for a while, but I didn't realize that so many of the states that I wanted to move to were clumped within the same region, so I think that's really nice. Just because I was kind of all over the place, considering some places on the East Coast, some on the West Coast, some in the middle, but all the ones that were kind of together are all tied together. So I wasn't really expecting that. I kind of thought each state was individual to themselves and had their own separate branches, or their own separate state type branches, how Ohio is the OCA and things like that. But I think it's cool that we have actual full regions that are brought into a larger picture and brought into divisions that are into more specialized categories, which I thought was also really interesting, because as someone that wants to do work with eating disorders and things of that nature, I realized that there might be some specific divisions that I might want to get involved in, such as research and assessment, child and adolescent, because I'm not sure how much I'll see that in the eating disorder field, but I might. And then I've always kind of been interested in the social justice aspect of counseling. In college I did a lot of service work, and I worked overseas, and I did a lot of work in Cleveland, so I think that would be kind of cool. And also working with LGBTQ communities, because that's an interest of mine to learn more about that community. So I think those would be really cool divisions to get involved in, just being tied towards my interests and my population of interest. But I also think that regarding the divisions, and tying that back into the multicultural counseling competencies, that I think having so many divisions that are so encompassing of all different aspects really does a good job of emphasizing the necessary competencies for a counselor that is multiculturally sound, because it addresses you need to know that if you don't have the proper education or supervision, you need to know your limits, you need to be self-aware enough, and then just knowing that you have the appropriate knowledge and skill level to work with these different groups and populations, knowing your biases, knowing your attitudes that are potentially positive or negative towards any certain population, and then especially knowing proper intervention strategies, because I'm sure within these divisions, they all have different things to offer regarding how to work with these populations individually and together as a whole, just to make us more competent and multiculturally sound counselors. I feel like my videos are always so short. Well, that was my thoughts on week 2. Thanks.